And now, ladies and gentlemen, the Drink and Draw Social Club Hour, starring Dan Panosian, Jeff Johnson, Dave Johnson, no relation, and Ben DeFeo. And nobody else, because we couldn't get anybody else. Welcome.
Jeez.
There's lots of people.
You know, Dave, I don't want to tell you how to do your job, but generally, if we can't get anyone, we pretend like this is our idea.
Yeah, all right.
You know what I mean?
Fair enough. Fair enough.
All right, can we do a redo? How do you feel about a redo?
Nah.
Yeah, let's read you, Dave.
I'm good.
You're fine?
Oh, yeah, no redos.
All right.
All righty.
What do you got in your ears there?
I got my headphones.
Oh, I can hear you great.
I know, that's the point. That's the point of the headphones.
Jeff, so we don't have any guests by choice. Let's go over usually what we're drinking.
All right. Sadly, today, since I was busy doing other stuff, I was not able to get to the store and get myself a beverage. So it's a dry Johnson tonight.
Have you ever heard of stocking up a little bit, like buying more than one beer at a time?
Listen, that doesn't work when you're always thirsty. Right? I mean, that's fine for some people.
That's fine for the average artist.
Yeah.
But if you're one of the co-founders of Drink and Draw,
I mean, yeah, if it's in the house, it's gonna get drunk. I don't understand. It's like buying ice cream and not eating it. Who does that?
A little ridiculous. I'm sorry, that's a dumb question.
Yeah, it was a silly thing to say, Dan.
I apologize.
All right. There we go. How's that? Is that?
Well, I'm drinking some Basil Hayden's Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey.
Fun.
Compliments of our host, Ben DeFeo. A little leftover. I mean, we didn't drink the place dry. Yeah, we didn't drink it dry from San Diego. We still have a bottle or two left.
Right.
Ben usually stocks the fridge and the cabinets full of liquor and delicious foods like Doritos and various beer nuts.
God bless Doritos.
Some of which found their way into Frank Thierry's bed sheets.
Yeah, I want to hear all about San Diego. It sounds like you guys had a pretty good time.
Some of us did. Some of us didn't.
Yeah.
It was okay. You know.
I heard there was some pranking.
A little bit of pranking.
Shenanigans.
There's a lot of shenanigans.
I mean, which is silly because you guys are way past the age when you should be pranking each other.
You don't think we should have fun, Jeff? You don't think people should have fun?
Hey, George Clooney still pranks, so you know.
It's true.
That's all I'm gonna say about that.
All right, I guess you got me there.
Wow. Hey, you should just keep that camera angle.
I know, I'm trying.
Nice.
Why do you keep fidgeting? Jeff, why do you keep fidgeting? Why can't you? We're by the way, I don't want to spoil it for everybody, but we're on a half hour before this even takes place. You would think we're supposed to straighten everything out, see if everything's working.
Oh, I like the spontaneity, Dan.
But
I love just sort of letting the chips fall where they may.
Yeah, they're falling all over your studio.
Right.
It's like podcast jazz.
Yeah, exactly. It's the notes you don't hear, Dan. That really make
sometimes
it
your
special.
voice we don't hear because of your lousy microphone.
Is it? It's true. I mean,
Joe Casada said he would get you. I think he might get you a microphone for Christmas, but
that would be wonderful.
I might tell him not to. That might be too long for us.
I get it. I'm the weak link. I get it, Dan.
Yeah.
You think maybe you could get me a guitar? Because he seems to have a shitload of them.
Yeah, he does have a lot of them. He likes to pretend that he only has one, when clearly there's a bunch of them there.
I don't know if that's true or not.
What do you mean, Jeff? You see it every week.
I'm not really ever paying attention.
Oh, you're busy drawing your mega drawing. So what are you drawing there, Jeff?
Well, so I saw your really cool Ghost Rider that you did for Drink and Draw when you were still in San Diego when you did that?
No, it was leftover commission.
Oh, okay. And so then I was inspired to draw Ghost Rider, but I found this really cool picture of you on your it was your Fat Boy, right?
Well, it was a Road King that was
Road
modified. King. It is stripped of everything, so it looked like a humongous fat boy.
Hey, let's call it, like pleasantly plump. Let's not be
right.
No, but no, Dave, you don't understand. That was actually the.
It was big. It was big boned.
Right.
Big.
Yeah, it was a big boned Harley.
Yeah. Maybe it had feelings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Such a cool bike. Such a cool
those
bike.
days are gone. I got married and also living in LA, a little bit tougher to to drive a motorcycle in LA.
My
Hey,
favorite.
can we talk about the other elephant in the room? The fact that we're all wearing these sweet drink and draw T-shirts represent
All but one.
all but one. Even though Dan has plenty of them, but he just couldn't.
That's a drink and draw shirt.
Couldn't wear it.
It was very nice, Ben, of you to get these for us.
Ben got us these awesome shirts, and then only, it's
Hey,
like my silent way of being. I want to stand out from you guys too.
Are you protesting? Is that what
I'm protesting Ben. I've never liked him.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
What was it? Hey Ben, what was the company that printed them up?
It's custom ink. Just
Custom, yeah.
Now we know they're custom made, but who was the like the joke there?
Yeah, it was a good one.
Yeah.
So
I got more of them. I got a bunch of those, boys.
You're a dad now. You've got an endless.
Yeah, that's a
supply.
dad joke.
Yeah.
That's a very good dad joke.
I thought it was.
I want to hear a little bit more about San Diego. So, guys, you all were there together?
Yeah, we well, for some reason they separated me and Dan by a wall, but it didn't work.
It didn't stop Dave from hurling like spitballs at me, crumpled up paper.
Every time I had a piece of garbage, I just toss it over the wall at Dan.
Which if Frank sat next to me and Frank was going, "Somebody doing that? Who? I'm like, it's every single time it's Dave.
What do you think it was a conspiracy?
Frank is always got a score to settle, so
it's true.
No, the con was okay money wise.
It's not all about money.
Well, that's true. That's true.
It's all about camaraderie for this urban barbarian.
You're right. Yeah. Well, which I had none because you were on the opposite side of the wall. It was like you were Mexican, and I was living in America, and we couldn't be together.
I don't understand the reference.
It was a dumb wall. It was a dumb wall.
It was a wall.
That was Trump.
What else? Yeah, we got drunk quite a few. Well, you always drink more than me.
Well,
I know my limitations. You tend not.
Your limitations generally set in around 9 p.m.
Because I'm an old man.
You're just out of training. That's all.
Yeah, Jeff and I are in training. Ben is like a grand master. Years ago, Jeff and I climbed that hill, and
we saw Ben waiting for us.
Ben was waiting there. He was levitated, like Indian style.
Well, on top of not being able to eat like you guys, I've also come to the realization that I can't eat like you guys either. I was having acid reflux all night.
Oh, bummer.
It's a lot of sharing.
Well, we went to a soul food place, and it was like fat and salt, and oh my god! I mean, it was delicious, but god damn, it tore me up. Tore me up.
Really. So how were the crowds at San Diego this year? Was it the same as last year, or more?
Yeah. It's elbow to asshole, like every year.
Yeah,
the way we like it. Not always in that order.
Yes.
Can't always get the order you want.
Like a giant human centipede lumbering through a convention center.
Yeah. I like asshole to asshole personally.
It's just maybe I'll go next year.
It's friendlier that way.
It's so hard to get motivated to
spend that much money on something that you'll never get back.
Well, I mean, there's that, but also I don't dislike crowds, but I don't like them for 4 straight days. Like that's just.
Well, 5 if you get there on a Wednesday, then it's 5 days.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, we got there pretty early.
That's why
we were there Monday. We were there from Monday on. You know who joined us, Jeff?
I saw that Josh joined you for a little while, right, Mr. Barnett?
Master. Yeah. Some call him the War Master.
Yeah. Was he there promoting something or just there for fun?
Pain, mostly.
Who stands?
Did I ever tell you the story? I'll tell a War Master story.
Excellent.
One time, I hope I never told this on the podcast before or whatever. This is a live stream. Is this what we're doing here?
Technically.
So Josh calls me up and says he wants me to meet me at this bar. So I'm like, oh, my friend's calling. Isn't that nice? I'll meet a buddy. We'll have some laughs and chat.
Sure. I
get there. I see Josh. He's at the best position in the bar where he can oversee everything. So he's like a king on his throne. And he So he's sitting there and I guess he knew I was there because he asked the bartender to pour me a drink. He never looks me in the eye. He never changes his glance forward.
That's
and I said, well, I guess it's going to be one of those nights. So I sat down and we're still not talking. I motioned over for my glass. We cheers each other. He still doesn't look at me. I put the glass down, drink, blah, blah, blah. A friend of mine who's a door guy, bouncer from another bar, shows up and sees me, and he knows I'm a comic book artist. And he goes, hey, how you doing? Blah, blah, blah. It's his day off. He looks over at Josh, who doesn't necessarily, I mean, Simon Bisley, I guess he's an artist and doesn't look necessarily like an artist. And I guess Josh would be the next closest thing to like a Simon Bisley, but even larger. And he goes, hey, are you an artist too? And Josh goes, you could say that. I'm a martial artist. I paint people's faces with blood. I love it right there. And then I just shook my head. It's true.
It's true. It's what he does.
The guy just kind of smiled and acknowledged that, nodded his head, and he goes, well, all right, I'm going to go get a drink.
Yeah.
And then, of course, I started cracking up. And I said, well, that's not much of a, evening for chit chat, but that was worth the price of admission right there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He does not, he's like a Spartan. He does not mince words.
No, that was the best. I mean, that was like, you couldn't script that better.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that's why he's the champ.
That's why he's a champ.
Yeah.
I wish I could get away with saying that, but.
You might be able to.
They're small people out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cheers, Josh. All right. Back to Dave. What are you drawing? Looks like Captain America.
Yeah, can you see that?
I can see your eyeglasses.
And your pen.
Okay, that's man.
Is that your pen? What is that? Is that your pen, or is that something else?
I'm having computer issues. Hold on.
Yep. Oh, there we go.
Okay, there we go.
Looks like a drawing of Captain America you already finished, which is not cool because we're trying to do some original things here.
I was going to color it, so it'll be original.
In color.
I can do whatever I want.
It's not called Drink and Color, although we did have some people that brought coloring books to drink and draw, which was kind of cool.
That was fun. But also, remember, Dave, you for a while there, you were like, you brought an easel in, you were painting, you were doing some crazy experimental stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a good era.
That was fun. That was the Falcon.
Yeah, that was good times. I liked the Falcon.
Ooh. I haven't had a drink since San Diego, and
Liar.
I haven't.
Let's burn a little bit.
It's not going down as smoothly. I had the sweats yesterday. Mind you, it's Thursday.
Wait, the Schweppes, is that a new word for the shits?
No, the Schweppes would be the mixer. You'd maybe mix some
Okay.
Schweppes tonic
I
water.
had the Schweppes yesterday.
All right, I'm going to switch cameras so I can show our 7 viewers what we're up to here.
Oh, we got 21. It's actually
there you go.
Decently full house.
You know what? We'll probably get about 3 more now that I'm drawing. I don't know if you guys heard about Rutger Hauer.
I heard that he passed.
It can't be true.
It's true.
I haven't seen Bill Sienkiewicz draw.
Yeah.
Right, without a Bill Sienkiewicz drawing, I'm not 100% sure it's real.
Yeah,
that's true. It's not confirmed.
He's not dead.
Yeah. So this is me doing my best little Rutger Hauer, Lady Hawk. There's been a lot of everybody else has been drawing plenty of other stuff here with Blade Runner, which I obviously loved, but.
Would you say that Blade Runner was your favorite Rutger Hauer movie, or did you like Lady Hawk better? Or were you a Hitcher fan?
I liked Blade Runner just like pretty much everyone else. But the second favorite would be Lady Hawk because Michelle Pfeiffer is my all-time.
Oh, that's right.
Like crush.
I forgot you had a thing for Michelle Pfeiffer.
Got a big thing for Michelle Pfeiffer. I'm crazy about her.
Who doesn't? Honestly,
a lot of people don't, and that actually annoys me.
I can't. Who doesn't like Michelle Pfeiffer?
Dave.
Not a huge fan.
What?
There you go. There's one right there.
Oh, I'm gonna need some sort of reason.
True. Fair point.
I don't know. Facial structure.
Oh, that's the best part of her. That's why we like her.
She kind of looks like a tree frog.
Okay.
What? Now you're just being that's.
Now we're gonna have to get another host.
Oh, I don't know about that. Tree frog. That doesn't make any sense.
Time for Ben to leave.
It's not as bad as Meg Ryan, but it's close.
You don't
Classic
like
Meg Ryan is great.
America's Sweetheart? You don't like Meg Ryan?
Top Gun Meg Ryan is just not an attractive woman.
They don't even bring up the world's greatest film.
Yeah.
Dave will get a little upset with you.
Maverick.
I thought, Dave, aren't you Goose?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or was. Like when I was thin and good looking.
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
You're still thin.
Ouch.
Yeah, what are you trying to say, Jeff?
I'll tell you something about hawks.
Yeah.
They look cool if they're drawn right. Not terribly easy to draw.
Now, would you call that like teaching artists about how to draw is to draw well, and that's your advice?
And that would be one way to draw a hawk, I guess.
I just remember when I was working on Boondocks, my favorite art note that I've ever gotten was on one of the character designs I did, and the art director just wrote back, "Draw better."
Wow. Nice.
Wow. Was
I mean,
right,
he wasn't wrong. I mean, I should draw better, but that was a tough note.
It is a tough note to take when you think you're an artist too.
Well, even ostensibly a pro.
Yeah. Well, I learned that very quickly when I went to like a life drawing session for the first time. I got a real good taste of that I could not draw, and I was like, "Wait a minute! I'm a professional comic book artist. I can draw this."
Life drawing is a specific skill, right? Like I know a lot of guys who are pros who aren't the best at it.
I think it. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's true, but I think it's kind of it's a pretty good barometer to see, you know, how personally how you stack up. Like, can you take a look at something and because there's so many cheats in drawing,
right?
And we learn to draw a specific nose or a specific head shape or expressions or just body type, and then you have something where it's like, oh, the rules are changed here.
You are the master at that.
I wouldn't say master. There's so many good guys that are just like, like our buddy, Mr. Sienkiewicz. I mean, that guy, really does that well. He
draws everything great. I was actually talking about, remember when we would go to the Marine Room and you would draw the band and the
It's always upset Jeff.
It's still an axe to grind for me.
Yeah, Jeff would get a little upset because I at that point I was still kind of learning how to draw. I still had my inker chops only, and so I would draw. We'd land up. Jeff and I would start drawing the band, and the band would like that, and then people in the bar would actually see us drawing, and then occasionally like a girl would come up and say, "Hey, could you draw me?" And then it would go from there. And so Jeff, I would just, since I wasn't a very good artist, the best I could do would be to get their hairstyle right, which sometimes that's all, I draw is generally, pretty girl. So I just draw a pretty girl. And then the hair they had, and they loved it. And Jeff would sit there and labor over the drawings.
Right. And then I would try and do them as accurately as possible.
Which, sometimes that's a good thing. Sometimes that isn't, Jeff.
Yeah, no, it was never a good thing.
No, it never worked out.
It never worked out.
Yeah.
And I learned a valuable lesson from you.
But there's a little bit of hater.
Here's the thing. You did learn because at the Lamborghini dealership party, you labored and labored and labored. And
it's true. You're right. I didn't learn that lesson. I should
I remember. I was like, wow, man, you're working way too hard.
Dave had a great one. So we got hired. We got paid a lot of money to go to this Lamborghini dealership opener. And Dave was like, we're supposed to be like portrait artists. Like, hey, have these monkeys draw for us.
She never actually said we were going to be doing that. She just hired us.
Well, why else would they hire us, Dave?
Well, I know. We it was obviously. Oh, shit. Sorry,
Dave, are you okay? What is that?
The invasion is happening.
Yeah, what the hell is going on over there?
It's Jason. He should know better.
As if Jason's watching this or cares.
Oh, that's true. yeah, I knew it was going to be a caricature gig as soon as I got there. Well, actually before.
No, actually before you had planned this.
Yeah, no, that's true. But yeah, I created a set of goggles that said Inner Monster Vision. And anytime somebody wanted me to draw them, I would say, well, I'm not going to draw you. But I put the goggles on and I would draw their inner monster. And that means I could draw whatever the fuck I wanted.
It was genius.
And they loved it.
Yeah.
So, you know, if it was a girl, I drew a cute monster. And if it was a guy, I just drew whatever the hell I was going to draw anyway. And yeah, I had a, you know, super line, you know.
Yeah.
I am a slow learner. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
Remember how many drawings did you do, Jeff? I think like what, 5?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I think I did like 30 or something.
Yeah.
It was insane. But yeah, if I'm ever decide to give up comics and just sit on the promenade or Hollywood Boulevard right down the street from me, I'm gonna do that. You know, to make my rent. Maybe I'll just do it anyway, not charge to piss the people off who do that shit all the time.
One of our guys, Anthony Desidue, and remember Damon?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Those guys, they were all guys that worked at legitimately. That's what they did, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no. And Sam and Christian.
Yeah,
both,
they still do it. Yeah, I see them at shows.
Yeah.
I bumped into those guys doing that. They got flown out. Those guys actually work for a company that they do international comic book cons. They I saw them. I bumped into them when I was in New Zealand. They were there.
You're
with
kidding me. That's awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, it was fantastic. They walked up like, holy shit. Yeah, they get flown around. They after the New Zealand show, they were going to a Paris show. That's their gig. They're really good at it. Like, and they're fast too.
They also do this thing, which there's this one artist, Marlo Meekins. You remember her?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So they will draw your portrait, but it's not the most flattering. Like there's an art to it. It looks it's like Dave's drawing people like the inner monster. This is like the inner ugliest side of you ever.
Right.
So I would think they'd be, you know, being constantly attacked or whatever, but they manage to stay safe. But they'll do like extremely funny, not flattering versions of the people they see.
Do you remember that portrait that Damien did of the three of us way back when?
Yeah, I love that.
It was
he did
not
a great job
flattering,
with me.
but he nailed it.
Yeah, he did so good. It was so cool. You had it. That drawing is when you call me, Jeff. That's the face that comes up.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's no wonder you always laugh every time.
Yeah.
Remember when I used the eyes and I was just putting them on the iPhone, just your eyes.
Yeah.
And we were taking photos just using those crazy Jeff eyes.
From Damien's picture?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The crazy Jeff eyes that Jeff calls his face.
Yeah.
That Jeff has the nerve to call his face.
That my poor wife has to look at every day.
Yeah. How does she deal with that? You never talk about that.
She never really looks right at me.
Oh.
Probably a smart move.
Yeah, she never really listens to me or looks right at me. I think it's what makes our marriage so good.
That's 100% what makes my wife stay with me. I don't think she's ever listened to me.
Well, I mean, have you said anything worth hearing?
Honestly, no.
Yeah.
I rarely say anything. This I hate to do. I really hate to do it.
You gonna add yellow? You gonna add yellow to it already?
I hate rulers.
Oh.
But here goes nothing.
What did rulers ever do to you, Dan?
No, it just takes the spontaneity out of a drawing.
It's Catholic school.
Yeah. Dan has had a few run-ins with nuns.
It's true.
So I heard.
I was I went to Catholic school.
Didn't you defrock a couple?
I did. No, I didn't defrock a nun. What's wrong with you?
Kind of monster.
What did that one nun call you? She didn't call you the devil, did she?
No, but I years later I was pretty. I'm not terribly religious anymore, if anyone knows me. But there was a time when I was very religious, and I was doing these. Like I'd come back to the school and talk and everything, and what she said, she pulled me aside and she goes, I used to, I thought you were Satan, but I mean, imagine a nun saying that about you. It's not a good sign, but oh well.
That is pretty funny.
There's another teacher I saw in an airport years later, and she goes, and I thought, by then I was a little bit more calmed down. She goes, I never liked you. I'm like, wow. You don't have to tell me that necessarily.
I mean, they're supposed.
Could have kept that one to yourself,
right? But they're supposed to be honest, right? I mean,
well, this one wasn't a nun. This was just like she was just a regular teacher. She was my English teacher, Miss Harrison. She's probably dead now, but she had a perpetual frown on her face. Like she had frown lines. That was the first time I realized, God, you got to make sure you smile in life, because heaven forbid this is what you look like, all day long. Those lines just stay in there.
It's true. You do you will make your own face.
And she made it.
I think the more you smile, the more you.
Well, those are called laugh lines, Dave.
Yeah,
those are laugh lines.
They're just as bad.
I think they're more. I like laugh lines better.
I'll take a laugh line, Dave.
Yeah, Dave, I'll take a laugh line. Other than a grimace face, come on.
Yeah, angry face or laugh line.
You're
going to get a lot more.
I'll take laugh lines for 500.
Right.
So, luckily, my hand is constantly on the drawing, so I'm sure that's very helpful for
it very nicely
for people.
That looks great.
Yeah, adding some. You can't wait till you put the yellow on it.
Maybe I will put the yellow on it.
Matter of time before yellow. You guys want a question?
Sure.
Of course we do. We live for them.
Deep thought question from Agus.
Oh.
Imagine that you wake up in the body of another member of the Drink and Draw, and you stay like that for all day. Would you use his body for good or mischief?
I would, if I had Dan's body, I would punch myself in the nuts all day, just so he had to deal with it the next day.
Well, I think it's asking if you wake up inside Dan.
Well, that happens all the time.
So you would sacrifice the feeling of all day nut punches, so that the next day Dan would be miserable.
Yeah.
Such good friends I have.
That's dedication.
Yeah. Great.
Or maybe I would go on a huge bender, in front of paparazzi, and have Dan do all sorts of crazy crap that he would have to explain the next day. That would also be very funny.
Would be funny for you, wouldn't it, Dave? Hard.
I would enjoy being Dan just to drive his car around.
I got recognized yesterday for my car, and it's great because my wife's an actress, and then someone came up to us while we were eating and said, "Hey, is your name Dan?" Blah blah blah, and I got some. I don't know if that gives me points or that just gets her pissed with me.
It's both, I think.
Yeah,
piss points.
Piss points.
Did he ask where you live so he could come and steal your car later?
Yeah, I invited him. Everyone wants to always know if I still have the car. That's the big thing that people are surprised about.
Do you think they expect you to sell it, or they're?
Well, it turns out most people that were on overhauling have sold their vehicle.
I suppose that makes sense, since having it on the show and they do such crazy work on it, it makes it more valuable, right?
Yeah, it definitely increases the value, especially if the value of mine, which was like terrible.
Right.
I bought that car for $10,000. So.
Oh, it's a great car.
Good investment.
That's a good investment for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, good thing you got good friends who got you on the show.
Yeah, thanks, Josh.
Fuck you.
Dave got me on the show. The funny thing is, after I was on, I remember that Dave used to always talk about wanting to get one of his friends on the show. So I should have known ahead of time that it was obviously Dave.
Yeah. I mean, you handled them destroying your car very well.
Yeah, well, it was Josh destroying my car. So what was I going to do? Beat him up?
You could have cried. I'm surprised you didn't cry on camera.
I don't cry.
Yeah.
I cry in the movies. That's about it.
Yeah. Did you see Toy Story 4 yet?
I cried in Toy Story 4.
I thought you might have.
With my son. I saw it with my son. No, I didn't even see it with my son. Did I? Oh, yeah, I did. I saw it.
Yeah, we saw it together.
Yeah, me and Dave went and we all saw it, and I cried a few times.
That's okay.
How many times? Dave actually cried more than I did, though.
Yeah. Well, I'm sensitive. So.
It's true.
So sensitive.
I had a I didn't have any friends when I was a kid, and I had a sport for a friend. So it brought back a lot of painful memories.
Spoiler.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet, Dave.
Thanks for ruining it.
Listen, after a couple of weeks, I think it's any movie is fair game. You can't never talk about a movie.
Well, it's not like
Porky. You're not seeing Jaws.
Right.
It's not like Forky is a secret. They're using them in all the advertisements. So
I like that you remember his name.
Forky.
Yeah,
his name?
Forky. It's
That's adorable.
It was adorable.
What great book.
So what was the? I'm glad I didn't go to San Diego because it's always annoying. But I do always miss having been there. What was the craziest thing that happened while you were there?
There wasn't any fights this year, as far as I know.
Nothing. No out of control
body experiences.
Yeah, nothing really super fun.
No arrests.
Yeah, no arrest. No throwing up.
I mean, we could have possibly gone to a Warner Brothers party, but we didn't have ninja skills like Frank Thierry to invite himself to it. And God forbid if a party that revolves around characters created by comic book people, you had comic book people invited to it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
What was that?
Crazy me.
Was it
thinking that?
Yeah. Why would you go to one of those?
Yeah. They don't want the riffraff showing up, because they might, I don't know, be entertaining. So.
Was that? Were there a lot of parties this year? Because like a lot of stuff got announced, right? All the new WB shows, and then the boys had a big thing, didn't it?
Yeah, your boy, Derek.
Yeah, I got. He texted me, said with a bunch of pictures of all the stars. It seemed like a pretty fun party.
Yeah, I appreciate him inviting me and Dan.
Yeah, he didn't invite us.
Yeah.
Well,
we'll bring that up with him. We'll bring that up with him.
We'll have him on the show, and we'll throw a beat down on him.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, it's always the same stuff, I think Ben's wife did more stuff than all of us.
That's how she rolls. Social butterfly. But she also grew up more than any of us. So
that is true. That is true. So there is a price to be paid.
That's right.
Too much at San Diego.
Yeah.
Take that, Jeff.
No, I mean,
little fancy friend Derek.
Hopefully next year we can go for when they announce Slots as a big TV show.
It'd be nice, wouldn't it?
You might as well just not go because let's be honest.
Well, I wouldn't invite you guys. I'm certainly not inviting Dave.
Yeah, pretty sure I'm not getting invited to that.
No, John,
Frank Thierry. Or actually, Frank Thierry will invite himself. You don't.
I'll just go. Hollywood. I tried, guys.
Right.
Next time.
Don't give up, man. Just don't give up.
I almost went down to the Once Upon a Time in Hollywood premiere that was going on down the street, but I was like, no, I don't feel like going.
Well, Dave, you already said you and I would go see it.
No, I just meant the premiere, so I could go down and hang out with my good buddies Leo and Brad.
Sure.
But decided not to.
They do love comics.
Yeah. I heard Leo didn't like to be looked at in the eye by the production crew. So
I thought that was Gibson.
Gibson. Oh well, it sounds like it's a thing. I heard the same thing about Sylvester Stallone.
Well, who wants to be looked in the eye, Dave?
Why are you staring people in the eye, giving people the?
Yeah, making them all weird.
Yeah, why make it weird?
Always making it weird, Dave.
Look me in the eye, Sylvester. I need you looking right at me.
I heard he said that about if you worked for him in his house, you weren't allowed to look at him in the eye. So I just imagine like maids and whoever cleaning crew like always head down and afraid to look at the great Stallone in the eye, like he's Medusa, like they would just turn to stone.
That's pretty cool.
Well, guess who we're never having on the show?
Stallone. Yeah,
he's working on that. I was working that angle.
Yeah.
I was trying to get Frank. I was driving around. I saw the ad for Hobbs and Tubbs or whatever.
Not Hobbs and Tubbs. I know what you're talking
Hobbs
about.
and Shaw. Hobbs and Shaw.
Right.
And I'm just like guys that are as big as Dwayne, The Rock and Jason Statham. It's kind of like they've gotten to that stage where are they really even acting at this point? Are they really trying to create a different character? I mean, couldn't they just? What if we just had movies like it's just Dwayne Johnson and Dwayne Johnson? And make him an action star because it's not like you have any real believability that they're a different character.
Did you see the movie?
It's not like Tom Hanks or anything. I don't know. Just a thought.
So negative.
I'm just being realistic.
Right. So Ben, I know these guys probably didn't buy any artwork, but you collect, right? Did you get anything cool?
I do, and no, I didn't buy a single thing. So
yeah, thanks, Ben.
Yeah, I did thumb through Dave's portfolio, but no, I didn't buy anything.
Ah.
I have the joy of paying for college right around the corner.
Oh, oh I'm sorry, buddy.
Ben is a nice guy, but he is one of the cheapest, greediest people.
Yeah, I only take
a lot of good qualities, but
that's it. I came home with some nice pieces from Dan.
What do you think about that?
Yeah,
Dave?
Free of charge.
There you go.
Well, that was your birthday. What was neat about that is on this, because I had drawn, I think both those on this on the live stream. People had actually written in and requested those, so I got about. What did I give you? Oh, I give you the professional.
Yes. Oh, that's a cool one.
And the other one, James Coburn.
Mm-hmm. Yes, very nice art. Very much appreciated. It's always nice to receive things. Nice to not have one, something hidden in your room, losing your sunglasses, things like that.
Yeah, poor Frank. Somebody,
So you pranked Frank, huh? What did it?
Yeah, all the Marvel guys were all in Frank's room, and the Marvel guys had a great idea, and then unfortunately, that's all you have to say to me, and I took the ball running. And he goes, I'm gonna go get a sub. I'm starving. And he ran off, got a sub. By the time he came back, we had taken all the wrappers from everything and put them in his bed sheets. Granted, we didn't take the wrappers and dump the Doritos in there, which we could have.
Sure.
And do that. Somebody took all the toilet paper away for him.
Which he did to me, but I guess it's good enough for him to do it to me. But he can't take it. He loves dishing it out. But man,
a lot of bullies are that way.
Yeah. Your toilet paper was there. His was gone.
Oh, all right.
The wake up call at 4:30 in the morning was pretty good, and then another guy. You know what's funny is I could barely work my own alarm clock, let alone have time to figure out a new one at a hotel. That's why you have a wake up call. But they all have alarm clocks,
right?
So one of the editors called up. Called up and I called up and did that part, but no, another guy set the actual alarm. So after he was pissed about that, then he had to deal with the alarm clock, which he promptly ripped out of the wall.
Did he really? That's how a man does it.
He's pissed normally. You've seen him, right?
Yeah. No, I think that's fantastic. That's how you're supposed to handle an alarm clock at 4 a.m.
It was all pretty good. There was some other stuff too. I forget. Oh yeah. What really got him upset was his sunglasses. For whatever reason, that was the thing that put him over the top. And I've never seen him that pissed.
It was the most texts I've ever received from Frank.
Yeah.
It was 4 phone screens of raging texts.
Yeah.
At 9 a.m.
Well, it's only funny when somebody's really mad.
He was definitely mad.
He
was quite mad.
Yeah.
The room was a war zone.
But you know what? In all honesty, his room looks like that at the moment.
Well, yeah, all the time. I mean,
it's a natural state.
Let's be honest.
So do you think the young group of comic book artists are doing more interesting things than pranking each other, or do you think they're doing the same thing?
Probably a great con, and they're pranking each other, and then waking up early and exercising the way we used to.
Right.
You know, we used to actually wake up in the morning, no matter what we did, and we still, worked out. And
Got up early and had a healthy breakfast at Subway at 4:30 in the morning one morning.
Yeah, we did the other day. Yeah, it was great. Tony Donnelly was there. He behaved himself.
That's impressive.
Yeah, for Tony, insane. I've never seen him do that.
Is it still? Did you guys do the classic haunts? Did you go to the top of the Hyatt and hang out at the Marriott bar? Or are those no longer things?
The Hyatt was being remodeled. The main bar, top of the Hyatt, has been a ghost town for years.
Really?
But a lot of people visited it for whatever, because they didn't have a choice.
Right.
That used to be a really fun bar to hang out in that wasn't real crowded, and it was mostly just industry people.
Yeah, but that was, when was the last time you went to San Diego?
No, I mean, this is 10 years ago for sure. But but I had a great view of the drink, and it was reasonable too. It wasn't too expensive.
Well, that's also a thing in the past.
Right. Remember back in the day when you get a con rate and it was less than the actual hotel rate would normally be? Yeah. Now they jack the prices way up.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are some places you can drink, still get a $5 beer, but they're few and far between.
Right. Remember, Dan, when you came to visit me and I bought us a round for $5?
I don't remember that in particular, but
that's in the 50s.
Yeah.
It's just Oregon.
Oh, when I came in, you, I was shocked at the prices of everything. It was nuts. I'm used to LA prices where, geez, there's no way you can do that. I was like, no wonder people, can buy houses and do all those wonderful things.
Yeah, it's a regular economy here.
Yeah. No, it's crazy. It's crazy here.
Well, when is your next show? What are you guys doing next? Are you guys going to the Long Beach thing?
No. Well, I don't know. Are we signed up for that then?
As of yet, no, but we always have a standing invitation, which is nice.
It's a fun show. It's small, but it's pretty cool.
I know I'm doing a Terrific Con in Connecticut coming up.
I'm not doing that, but you guys get to see Ron Garney.
So
Ron Garney will be there.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
I hope he is. He doesn't live too far. That's where we had his bachelor party.
Maybe they won't let him in.
I don't remember.
Well, yeah, I remember Ron's bachelor party. It had all the things bachelor parties have, and
nude male dancers,
nude male men. Yeah, no, but so there's some shenanigans and like some silly stuff going on at the actual hotel after all the bars closed down. But they're also showing the very first Ultimate Fighter championship on live TV. So it was Forrest Griffin versus Stephen Bonner. So everyone else is like, doing the typical bachelor party things. Ron and I are just watching the fights. It's fun.
That seems typical for you guys.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Well,
UFC basically saved him from probably a potentially embarrassing, situation.
Of course, wrestling each other at the same time too, right?
Yeah, we were always wrestling each other.
What I figured.
Oh, so what are you doing, Dave? Are you coloring that in Photoshoppy?
Gee, you're a genius. How did you figure
It's got
that
that
out?
texture behind it.
Oh, that's how I color.
I like that. That's just a cardboard pattern, right?
Yeah,
Seems like cheating to me.
it is cheating. That's why I love it.
So,
You see
Dave,
that? Jeff, do you notice that one scale on Dave missed right there
Scale?
on his chest?
it's just a highlight.
Oh,
How dare you?
So, Dave, can you explain to me
Dave.
what you're doing with the background there? How you're getting that texture in there? Like, what's the system there?
Chipboard, see, it goes away.
Yeah.
What?
There you go. And
Right, my voice. What?
crazy. It's magic. No, it just adds a human texture that, I think it's more interesting to me than super slick, Photoshop stuff.
I like that. Is it set to multiply or is it just normal? What's the?
Well, everything is above it is set to multiply.
Okay.
The thing, there's nothing below it. I don't know if you can see that, but it's basically.
I don't like a pipe wire, Jeff. Have you ever been a circus performer?
Yeah, I used to juggle.
That's true. You're pretty good juggling. Sometimes you don't use. There's nothing behind it. It's more dangerous that way.
It's true.
But you get better results.
So that's it.
So can I ask a question about the shield? The way the strap is attached to the shield. Is that just sticky tape?
Or I just did it. It's a con sketch, so don't judge it too harshly.
That's one of the things that I still do. I don't like you guys do amazing con sketches, big ones that take you.
No, Dave does. Dave does amazing con sketch. Any good con sketch I do is I try to limit it to like head sketches. But Dave and people like Mateo and Andrew Robinson do like amazing things at shows.
Yeah, I mean it's bananas. Remember when a con sketch was just like a quick sketch you would do in someone's sketchbook?
Yeah,
I was like, son of a bitch. Well, it was the advent of the internet.
Yeah.
Everybody was posting this shit, and I got tired of. It looked like I didn't know how to draw half the time.
Right.
Because I was just banging them out, So that's why they get better.
Oh.
But I also started charging more because of that. It all evened out.
Yeah, except for some of us who can't draw that well.
Yeah, that's the part.
That's the problem. Yeah. Mister, I just drew a motorcycle.
I had a picture of Dan's Fat Boy. But
did you draw it or did you trace it?
I drew it.
Yeah, see, so fuck you.
Yeah, but I mean, it's if you have the picture, it's just like figure drawing. You can just.
You left out a few little rivets. I noticed.
I did. I'm sure. There's no way I'm putting all that stuff in there.
Uh-huh.
And I took the hardest part, the concentric circles of the tires, and just made them on fire.
Fire fixes a lot of things.
I did that with mine too. That way I didn't have a ruler. Like a template at all.
Is your secret desire to see Dan on fire since you're using a photo?
Well, I mean, just his head.
I've harassed Jeff so much his whole life that it's well deserved.
No, I found that picture, and I've actually had that picture in my morgue file for 20 years. You've
been waiting for it.
Yeah, just for the perfect. I've always thought it would be a cool Punisher shot or Ghost Rider shot, and then Dan's Ghost Rider reminded me I had it. So.
Did you get Dan's permission?
Yeah. Did you get my permission?
I'm gonna write for scholarly review on here somewhere, so I can get away with not getting your permission or your copyright.
Wow. Okay. I guess that works.
Yeah.
You're good.
Apparently it works. There's nothing you can't argue with that.
No, I can't argue with it. Scholarly, drink and draw review.
Yeah, that's how it goes. And I'll probably give it to you if you want it.
You gave me the awesome turtle thing.
Oh, I did. There you go.
I thought it was a little overboard because that was you could have sold that for a lot of money.
Friendship is more important to me, Dan.
Some, not to me.
Yeah, I didn't say to you. To me, it's more important.
Dave will sometimes ask me, like, hey, can you do me a favor? And Dave's constantly doing me favors. I go, I don't know, Dave. I don't know.
Well, that's what friends are for.
Yeah. That's my favorite.
So Ben, Jen had a good time at the
She
show?
did. She did. She wants me urgently to tell everyone the vomiting was from food poisoning.
Jen does not overdo it in the drinking department.
No,
She's a lady.
Yeah.
She's a lady.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Generally enjoys all the celebrity stalking and going out and seeing people on TV shows I've never heard of and things like that.
So, who was her big get?
Who's the kid that played Eggsy in The Kingsman?
That guy's awesome.
Joel Egerton or something?
She got him to wish my daughter a happy birthday.
That's sweet.
Her birthday, but she was very excited about that. And
then you had to kill him exactly right after that. You can't have a Hollywood guy going after your daughter. I would take him out.
Well, after seeing Rocket Man, he's probably She's
worried.
But yeah, they had a good time. She had a good time. She met the different cast members from The Boys, hung out with them a little bit, and she's always good celebrity stalker. There's lots of photos on her phone from various years of running
So I
into
remember when you guys ran into, we were all hanging out, and she ran into John Hamm. We were in LA once, and of course I'm a big Madman fan, and I wanted a picture. I never got one.
I think you got a picture of him sitting behind you eating pizza.
Yeah, that is actually true.
Yeah,
I actually hung out with him at a bar for a little while.
I had a friend that took him home because the evening went a little late.
a little too rowdy.
A little too
Who was
rowdy.
that?
He seemed to be having a good time.
John Gabay.
Oh, wow. That was a good time.
You mean gave him a ride?
Yeah, gave him a ride.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay.
Sleep on the guy's couch, hanging
Yeah.
out. Like, hey, we're best friends now, right?
Just curious. Just asking.
Locked him in the basement.
Exactly.
I would have. Can I draw you? I love Madman.
You do love Mad Men. Would you say
Actually-
that Mad Men's your favorite show, Dan?
No, probably Deadwood is my favorite show,
Ah, great show.
but Madman's probably a close second.
You just like the word cocksucker. That's
No, actually, I think I think they overdid it. I'm sure people swore in the Old West, but I don't know that every other word out of people's mouths were curse words. Not that I have a problem with cursing. I thought that was the part. I thought that was the part of Deadwood that was like, it was just for shock value too much. I mean,
I would have liked to have actually read through the scripts. I mean, how many times cocksucker was on a
yeah, the editor's going, okay,
Right.
look, we can't.
We get it. These are
We
tough
get
times.
cocksucker?
we got a 5 cocksucker minimum on this episode.
Ben, are there any more
Any questions? We got any questions?
cocksucking questions?
Cocksucking question.
Oh, come on now.
Let's see. There were some questions.
Deadwood, you don't like when I say it.
I don't like it at all when you say it. It makes me uncomfortable.
Yes. There was a question regarding. Let me get back up here. Working on a book. What size you work in? Let's see if I can find that.
Generally, the pages are 11 by 17, but
Right.
some people do them even smaller. Like they'll do them just slightly larger than what's printed.
Right.
I know Corey Walker works that way.
Yeah.
Who does?
Corey.
Walker.
Oh, okay.
It's like I don't know how he draws so tight.
I was gonna say that's impressive because his stuff is super detailed.
It's simple at the same time, but the lines that he throws down are just so perfect.
Yeah.
I use a laser hand or something. I don't know.
He's still young.
Robot. Well,
He'll be blind soon.
Yeah.
Nice. That's a big plus.
Well, I know he's working on the Invincible cartoon. So yeah, that working in animation will definitely shorten his life a little bit longer.
It'll break him.
So yeah, you can count on that.
So he's actually doing stuff for the cartoon. I knew that they were making it.
Yeah, he's the main designer. I mean, he never worked in animation before, and they basically, he's the lead guy. So he has to figure all that stuff out on his own. So
Wasn't he drawing Spider-Man for a while?
He's drawn a little bit of everything, but it's Corey. He tends to go at his own pace. We'll just say that.
Well, you've been lead designer, and I've done some lead design stuff. That's a hard job. That's a lot of.
But at least I worked in animation for a little while before I got that job.
Right.
And got thrown to the wolves right off the bat. So
It's a lot of meetings.
yeah.
Dave, on that, when you were putting the white in on the star,
Yeah.
it looks like there's still some texture in there.
Yeah. Well, I'm not putting it in at 100%.
Oh.
I want the texture to come through, so I think I got the brush set at 48%. So because I don't want to obliterate, because there's still shadow tones under with the gray wash. So
That's cool.
But then you just keep working on it, and eventually it's just like paint. You keep drawing over the same area, it's going to get brighter and brighter and brighter.
I really like how you've sort of stretched the stars a little bit. They're not just perfect stars. They're like they're in motion.
Yeah.
I like that.
Guess what? Dave stole that from Jim of Food.
Oh,
Yeah.
no. That's a great technique. I'll have to use that.
Yeah.
Better call Bleeding Cool. Let them know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's
I have a story about it.
It's all Dave's thing.
Yeah, it's a really easy technique for me. I mean, I could color a cover like this in no time.
I like how the white of his A really pops.
What? Whoa! What?
The white of the A on his head.
Oh.
Yeah. Really pops his face out there with the black background. It's nice composition.
Pops his face out of the A.
Yeah, pops his face out of the A.
I mean, since nobody watches this program, I'll show you what I did the other day. Speaking of like crazy popping
out of A's.
So,
nah, you got
I don't like where this is going.
Yeah, my full attention.
Yeah, I want to figure out what they're up to.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Oh, that looks cool.
I saw a small version of that. You showed me at the show.
Yeah, that's all Photoshop. Using it's a roller brush from Kyle Brushes, and it just gives you these nice
texture,
broken, like the ran out of ink kind of vibe to it.
Very cool. What's that for?
It's a new book called Omni from Humanoids. So,
right on.
Yeah.
You know what that reminds me of?
No.
Peter Max or something.
I don't mean this in a negative way, but those things you do when you're in grade school where you color all the crayons and then you paint over it with black paint.
Oh yeah, I love that stuff, man.
And then you scratch out a design. That's
yeah, that was I used to love doing those.
We're talking about analog art.
Yeah.
Primitive analog art.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind trying that again. That was trying it in a modern, knowing what I know now, I think it would be kind of a cool technique. Matter of fact, I met a guy at Comic-Con. His name's Tack Peter. I mean, that's what he goes by, Tack Peter. And he does woodblock, a giant woodblock. And it kind of got me thinking I might want to try that. I mean, we're talking like twice up sized woodblocks that he was doing, like Godzilla prints.
Are you talking about the old school like carving woodblock?
Linoleum, yeah.
Oh.
He was carving it, and then he puts a piece of paper over it, and or adds ink to the linoleum, and then puts a piece of paper and rolls it out, and then you got a print, like super old school. But it looks like a lot of fun. I think it'd be easy to do. Maybe print something out and transfer it over to the linoleum, and just start carving. See what happens.
Yeah.
Dave, you might like this. Check this out. This is a wood block thing. But my mother did it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and what's nice is it's like the same, or it's like three horses, and she just, she took different ink and put it on top of it, and
yeah. I think it'd be a fun experiment to try.
There it is.
I'm trying. I used it.
Look at it when it's this way, Dave.
All I see is reflection, but
no, but look at it when it's sideways. You see that?
Yeah.
And then you can turn it this way too.
All right. Yeah, I get it.
Thanks for explaining rotation, Dan.
Yeah.
And then you can even turn it upside down. I mean, it's your prerogative. If you own the art, Dave, you can do whatever you want with it.
That's the beautiful thing about it.
That.
Yeah, nice.
I read an interview with Todd McFarlane back in the early Spawn days, where he laid out a whole Spawn issue on the floor in a random pattern, and he said the genius thing about Spawn is you can put these in any order and they still make sense. True story.
I believe it.
We all took a kick out of that one.
Did you?
Yeah.
I don't. What?
We had the same reaction, Jeff. We're like, what? Huh? What?
I clearly have been doing it wrong for my whole career.
Obviously.
Oh. All right. Well, I mean, obviously, I'm a slow learner. We established that earlier.
You draw motorcycles pretty nicely.
Yeah.
Again, thankfully, nobody watches his show, so I don't have to worry about pissing Todd McFarlane off.
Dear Todd, you should see what Dave's been saying.
Hey, I'm just quoting him. That's what he said in it was a Wizard magazine.
It's amazing.
Article.
Dave's a bit of a hater.
God, that voice.
That's the voice I use when I talk to Todd.
Yeah, can you keep just do that the whole show?
Oh God,
I think our viewership would go.
Turn my volume down.
What if I had a different? That's probably how I sounded when I was a kid.
This is how I sounded when I was a kid. Actually, that's what Ben sounded like when he was a kid.
Yeah, Ben has the best voice ever.
Yeah,
hey,
Ben.
let me latch onto your teeth.
I've been a man my whole damn life.
What the hell is this shit? I want bourbon.
God bless you.
Are you drinking beer? I had that on my cereal this morning.
What's that Arnold Schwarzenegger line, Dan?
Beer is for milk is for babies. When you grow up, you drink beer.
Yeah.
And you bang your housewife.
All right.
You're
okay. That's allegedly.
Oh yeah. I've seen a kid. There is no allegedly at all in that one.
Allegedly.
You know what? This lifetime, Dave, we only have it once, and when we make connections with people,
House.
Well, when we make connections with people, sometimes certain things happen. It depends on the connection, really.
Hey, if you can afford to pay all those people and get a divorce, then sure. Fuck away.
Okay.
You guys seem pretty cranky after San Diego.
Tired. I'm so tired. Dave, you want to wrap it up? I mean, we're at the 1 hour mark, and you've been futzing around over there.
Yeah, easy noodling. I'm sorry.
Do you have a date tonight, Dave?
That's personal. I don't know if we're close enough friends yet. I'd tell you that
you never give us details.
Yeah, I would like some details.
We have to live vicariously through Dave. I haven't had a date in.
I'll make a film for you, Jeff.
Oh, excellent! I have a collection.
I know you do.
My collection. All right, guys. Well, I'm glad you're back, safe and sound. It sounds like you had a good time.
Are you really?
Are you jealous?
Well, I can be glad and jealous at the same time.
All right, fair enough.
Who do you, Ben? Before we go, who do you think has the best camera setup? Is it Jeff? In reality,
well, I don't think anything tops the Frank Thierry show. The 2 cameras of Joe Quesada's hell that he experienced. But
true, that was quite funny.
Joe had to create a new Gmail account thanks to Frank.
Oh. Do you remember when I ruined your internet way back in the day?
Yeah, we won't get into how you ruined and got me kicked off the internet back when the internet. Let me search this. I'm like, Jeff, that's pretty dark web.
Oh, my mistake.
I got banned from the internet. Thank God I don't have those hard drives anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
I can't. We don't talk about it next time. Let's save it.
No, we're never going to talk about that. I was like, I was actually pretty pissed. I was like. It took me 3 days to get permission to get back on the internet.
I don't know if it was that
From
much.
Who kicked you off? I don't. That's a word I don't get.
We'll go into details at some point.
We'll talk about it. Our lawyers. Our lawyers suggest we don't talk about it, Dave.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, guys. It's good to see you.
Yeah.
Ben, thanks for wrangling Dave.
Yeah.
That's pretty painless.
Yeah.
We'll have a guest next week.
Right.
Maybe
something spectacular. Maybe even Joe Quesada will be back. I noticed Bendis didn't call in if Joe's not there, so it shows how much he cares about us.
Oh well, yeah, he's got a mission.
Yeah, let's get Frank Frazetta on next week. What do you think?
Frank Frazetta Jr.
Oh, just Frank. Oh, yeah. Oh, I forgot he's good. Okay.
Perfect.
The irreverent Reverend Dave Johnson.
Jack Kirby still dead?
We should actually have the ghost of people on. I think that might be fun.
Jimmy Palmiotti does a pretty good Stan Lee.
Yeah, we should get a Stan Lee puppet.
Jimmy can do Stan Lee.
We should start getting puppets of famous comic book artists, and we'll get Jimmy to do the voices for it.
Jimmy's been a 2-time guest, so he probably can't go on back as Jimmy for quite some time, but he can't come back. If you got him a puppet, he would do it in a second, I bet.
We'll have to sneak it in there.
I like it.
Dave, if we're keeping you awake.
Yeah.
Well, it's pretty boring, let's be honest. I mean,
all right. Our 20th episode was definitely the sleepiest episode.
Saddest, most pathetic episode.
I didn't even realize it was the 20th. I wasn't even paying attention. That's
Well,
sadly, a lot of people weren't paying attention.
That says a lot.
All right. Next week it'll be our 21st one. We'll all have to do shots.
To represent what?
The drinking age, legal drinking age.
Drinking age, yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah,
that'll be more fun.
All right.
So go to the liquor store.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, gang.
All right, guys.
All right. Love all of you in my own way. Bye, guys. Hey, everybody. Thanks for tuning in.
See you guys.
Toodaloo.